He was the most feared man in Colombia and the richest criminal in the world, a man who turned a jungle empire into a cocaine kingdom. But behind the guns, money and fame was a tale of power, betrayal, and one of the deadliest manhunts in history. This is the full story of Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, the king of cocaine. Pablo was born on December 1st, 1949, in Rio Negro, Colombia, to a farmer father and a school teacher mother. Growing up in the small town of Envigado, near Medellín, Pablo showed ambition early. Not the academic kind, but street ambition. In his teenage years, he started with small-time hustles, stealing tombstones to resell, smuggling cigarettes, faking lottery tickets. His goal? Get rich, fast, no matter the cost. In the mid-70s, Escobar saw the rise of a new gold rush, cocaine. He realized Americans would pay anything for the white powder, and Colombia was the perfect launch pad. He began by buying paste from Peru and Bolivia, refining it in jungle labs, and flying it into Miami using small planes. Soon, Escobar founded the Medellín Cartel and began building an empire. By the 1980s, the Medellín Cartel controlled up to 80% of the global cocaine market. Pablo was making over $420 million a week. With that kind of money, he bought mansions, planes, even his own zoo. He built Hacienda Nápoles, a palace with a private airport, a racetrack, dinosaurs, and wild animals. But behind the luxury, Pablo was waging a war. His strategy was simple. Plata o plomo, silver or lead. Take the bribe or get the bullet. Judges, police, politicians, everyone had a price. Those who didn't were often found dead. Escobar used fear to silence anyone who challenged him. He killed presidential candidates, bombed police stations, and assassinated journalists. In 1982, Pablo tried to go legit. He was elected to the Colombian Congress, attempting to clean his image. He gave to the poor, built housing for the slums, and positioned himself as a hero of the people. But when his criminal empire was exposed, he was kicked out. Embarrassed and enraged, Pablo became more violent than ever. Escobar declared war on the state. He bombed buildings, assassinated officials, and unleashed chaos. The peak was the bombing of Avianca Flight 203 in 1989, killing 107 people in an attempt to murder a political rival. Colombia became one of the most dangerous countries in the world, and the U.S. took notice. The DEA, CIA, and Delta Force joined the hunt. In 1991, Escobar made a shocking deal with the Colombian government. He agreed to surrender and stop all violence if he could build his own prison. La Catedral wasn't a prison, it was a resort. It had a bar, jacuzzi, waterfall, and a soccer field. Pablo continued running his empire from the inside. But when he tortured and murdered 2 cartel members inside, the government decided to move him. Pablo escaped. For over a year, Escobar was on the run. Hunted by the Colombian police, U.S. agents, and a secret vigilante group called Los Pepes, made up of his enemies. They tracked his calls, raided safe houses, and dismantled his network. Pablo kept moving, calling his family, evading capture, but he was running out of time. On December 2nd, 1993, a day after his 44th birthday, Escobar was found hiding in a Medellín neighborhood. In a rooftop shootout, he was gunned down. Some say he was killed by police, others claim he shot himself. Either way, the king of cocaine was dead. Pablo Escobar left behind billions, thousands of bodies, and a scar on Colombia that may never fully heal. To some, he was a hero, to most, a monster. But love him or hate him, his story changed the world forever. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more in-depth stories of the world's most notorious figures.